Remember a long time ago, serving at the corner store. Been round the corner before, been serving junkies before. All of my niggas don't go. A lot of my niggas daddy gone, so you know the pressure on. Nigga get wrong, we at your home. Remember a long time ago, serving at the corner store. Been round the corner before, been serving junkies before. All of my niggas don't go. A lot of my niggas daddy gone, so you know the pressure on. Nigga get wrong, we at your home.
All right. Hell yeah, I'm back in my office this time, y'all. I'm off the couch. I'm back in my office. I'm only reserved to a small corner of my office because everything else kind of fucked up. And we trying to get it together. This is where I'm gonna be going live from more often in 2026. Mm-hmm. So I ain't got I can get more shit done from it. I got more capabilities, my Wi-Fi speed higher, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Wasn't going to go live tonight, but tonight I will be going live. I'll be joined by Cameron Hope. I should be joined by G Money. And who knows, we might even get a nice appearance from Regina Hill. But I would kind of know. I don't know. Like I said, I can't. God damn it, I'm just here. But a lot of people was hitting me up about the things going on, posts going on. So I'm gonna bring somebody in who knows the situation, knows the landscape, knows Orlando better than me. One Cameron Hope.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, I didn't think I had you back so soon. I know we're going to come back. We're going to discuss the court ruling, and we still are, but they kind of forced our hand tonight, Cameron. I don't know how your phone was blowing up. Well, like Cam, goddamn niggas was blowing my goddamn. I'm gonna cuss out tonight too, because niggas really don't piss me off. I don't like when motherfuckers get calling me about some shit. I don't give a fuck what it's about. You know what I mean? I ain't even that friendly. Motherfuckers don't even like me like that. So don't be calling me. So anyway, I might be what a motherfucker call in my feelings tonight. God damn it. Cameron, how you doing?
Well, man, I mean, it's just a lot to talk about. It's kind of lost for words, but it is what it is. We're gonna address the issues tonight. I wasn't expecting to come back on as soon as tonight. I got my drink for this.
Okay, yeah, it goddamn need one, goddamn. You know what I mean? This old stiff one. You know what I mean? A little stiff one right here. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I want to start off by saying this. I want to start off saying, to the people that seen the video that we're gonna discuss tonight, I've been thinking about how I want to say this, but I just want to start off by saying that I'm not here to give Regina a pass or an excuse or what have you. There's other things that are going on behind the scene with this, but at the same time, and Regina knows this. I've spoke with her. She just has to do better. But she's dealing with a lot. I mean, the public just really doesn't understand the scrutiny, the stress, the the fear, everything that she has at stake in her life, and just all the things. I know people that get pulled over by the police and might have a dime bag of weed in the car, and they'll fall way before Regina has folded. Mm-hmm. So her situation is just so much more dynamic than that. There's just so much more at stake, and so when you see it through that lens, you can give her a pass sometimes. You can understand how a person hasn't cracked or just gone off the wall and things like that. So to be out and to have this happen, and then for somebody to record it, and then just like I say, you have those people out there, the Sandra Lewis's of the world,
who shared it, who one of the first people to share it.
Correct.
And then that I just want to give these props. That bitch ass, snitch ass, the guy who got Tyrone Mosby 30 years in prison as he snitched on him. Yeah, he shared the shit. He seems to think that he's a formidable adversary for not even myself, let alone Regina. But he's just a nobody snitch. I like I said, I had told G Money last time. I really want to talk about him because I don't really, I don't fuck with snitches. I don't even joke with them like that. You know what I mean? Like, be going back and forth, but I might make some time for him later. We'll get in that anyway. But go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish your thought.
Well, I mean, I don't get into I don't get in that lane a whole lot, but I do want people to understand that there are actors, you know, in the Shan Rose camp, and including Shan Rose. And the more you look at it, we're gonna show documentation that you have actors that are working close with the police, working close with prosecutors and judges.
Government officials.
Yeah, and they've been doing it for a long time. This isn't anything new, and this is why this is why, especially Sandra Lewis, I've started to go back and dig. I've digged on her before, but she's been around, cheating in campaigns. Man, I just went back and looked at her. I don't know too many more people that's been evicted more than her. Not paying people their money. She's been, sued by people. Very close ties to Sam Ing, who used to be a police captain. Was a witness in Regina Hill's campaign, a court case now. But the prosecutor that bought that, Andrew Bain, I just went back and looked. She's been in Andrew Bain's courtroom like 5 times before. I'm like, wow. So you don't do all these things and have all these connections and with these individuals, and you all are doing behind the scene things, and so I think that it's just our responsibility to bring this stuff to light, and not just talking about things. We're not, just like they bring in the video, hey, we bring the paperwork,
Yeah.
and you can see for yourself why you're being manipulated by these people, and it's sad because Black people, they just want to sit there and laugh and be entertained and, crack jokes. And, you see a woman, she down or whatever,
And while I'm giving that, let me get some context to the day that happened. I believe that was the day after, less than 24 hours after the judge ruled against Regina in the case about the election fraud, things of that nature, which we're going to break down and show you how biased and how wrong that was. And if you ever been attacked by the government, which most of you niggas haven't, because hell, the closest you're gonna get is PPP fraud or cheating on your taxes. Mm-hmm. So, if you don't want to get cheated or beat at your taxes, contact Cameron Hope.
Yeah, come see me.
Yeah, but that's the closest a nigga gonna get to being targeted by the government when you doing some goddamn fraud, because you're never gonna do nothing on a level to witness or know about, attacks and things of that nature. Not to say that the incident that happened there was planned, but it's definitely been scrutinized and spread as attack. Because I know you got an auntie or mama. God damn it. I don't even put that on your auntie. It's your goddamn mama. It's you. Shit, you a mama. Cameron, go ahead on. I'm trying to calm down until I finish the comment and get calm. I'm gonna let you finish. I brought you on to keep this shit good. I'm ready to go off on niggas. So I'm gonna let you keep talking.
Well, I spoke to a lot of people today. Of course they gonna hit me. Look at your girl. Check this out. Oh, what are you gonna do?
And someone need to tap in, Cameron. Goddamn, let me at some of these motherfuckers. Some of you motherfuckers who added me and called me, get your motherfucking ass on in here.
Yeah.
God damn it. Oh, you ain't gonna go lie about it? Yeah, motherfucker, I'm gonna go lie about it. The fuck? Go ahead, Cameron. I cut you off again. My bad. I told you I'm gonna be a little volatile tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people, it just shows you a lot of times, I know about all of this, I haven't been treated nowhere near the way Regina's been treated, but people, haters, they wait on your downfall. They want to laugh and make a mockery of your situation. I don't know why we're like that. I don't know why, you can't look and respect a woman, you know, that has accomplished what she's accomplished, you know.
Yes.
You know, but hey, I guess if other people, you know, if you're not accomplishing anything in your life, the best thing you can do is ridicule and mock, you know, someone of your own color, someone that looks like you, someone that represents you, and you know, make a mockery of them, or what have you. And I'm not saying all, you know, social media people are doing that, because you know, you do see, you know, she still has a lot of support. She still has people that understand, but you're getting so much uh, hatred spewed out of the Shane Rose, you know, gallery over there, Peanut Gallery, you know, which they aren't getting anything. You know, eventually we'll get to talk. Eventually we'll start talking about, you know, who Shane Rose made sure was paid first. The white man in the picture with him when they gave them the $5 million over there, with you know, for the board that he sits on, for you know.
Yeah. Wait, I want you to hold that camera. I forgot about that. We're
Yeah,
gonna say that
yeah.
for.
They don't even realize that while we sitting over here talking about, you know, nickel and diamond and laughing, they shifting the money and the white folks getting paid. You know, so you know,
All right, G, I sent you a link. Yeah, but another thing, and I see people saying, "Oh, yo, she out here drunk." Now, number one, let's just be, because I'm gonna keep it like the court. Y'all know I like to talk like a lawyer. I'm a bootleg amateur internet lawyer. You know what I'm saying? You know, I tried to pass the bar, but they told me I done went too goddamn far. They said, "No, nigga, you got to get up out of here." You know what I mean? I tried, Cameron. You know what I mean? If y'all pay attention, I talk like I tried now. I could have been some, but I got caught up with you niggas early in life in your room and goddamn I can't stand you niggas to this day. Anyway, but I want to keep it specific. A lot of people are accusing Regina of being drunk. Now, there was no liquor in the video that I saw. You know what I mean? Maybe those there, I don't know what they saw. I wasn't there to interact with that. I wasn't there to put the litmus in the cup to see what she was drinking. I don't think anyone else did it either. So I wanted to, you know, when I talk about it, I'm not going to say, like, you know what I mean, what I can't specifically speak for, because those type of accusations, especially when we're dealing with media and someone in the spotlight, Regina, and then it becomes a foregone conclusion when I've seen people maybe medicated, stressed. Hell, first time I took my blood pressure medicine camera out, they gave me some goddamn clonidine. Some of you niggas out there on clonidine, if you don't, you need to get on it. Either way, you go get your blood pressure check. Anyway, they gave me some clonidine. I took the shit driving home, Cameron. I took it to Walgreens, nigga. It was Walgreens from it was on 436. If y'all know the 436 Altamont, I didn't make it to the mall. I didn't read that goddamn bottle, and I took it. I drank some coffee with it, nigga. I then had to call the Uber. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't make it. Like, man, I was struggling. I'm talking about, you know, and if someone had pulled me over, I might have thought I was drunk, but really I was over medicated. But I just want to throw that out there, and that's why I will caution myself of, you know, insinuating the conditions. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, I like to say the same thing they say on CNN and all the other channels. You know, we don't know what happened before the video that we saw. You know, when we saw the video, you know, Regina was on the ground. I don't know how she got on the ground.
Yeah,
you know,
it appeared to be someone actually assaulted her and put her on the ground. Like I said, but like I said, that's just my assumption. And I saw someone, and it seemed to be a male. We ain't talking about that, but I wasn't there, so I won't say a man pushed on the ground. It appeared to me from the short clip that I saw that it could have a strong possibility that a male put her on the ground. What happened for that, I don't know, but you know,
correct.
I just want to throw that in there. Go ahead.
You know, you can't really speak to those things. You know, what led up to that. You know, that clip that you saw. You know, whether she was intoxicated, inebriated, you know, under the influence, or what have you. You just don't know any of those things. But you know, my thing is, you know, I've been in the nightclub business before. You know, I've seen, you know, people uh, act certain ways, you know, for whatever reason, and it's not really something that you film. You know, I mean, this filming and exposing and you know, letting the public see, you know, it's starting to get out of hand. I remember, you know, I was a part owner in the strip club on Orange Blossom Trail, and I was there the night a guy actually, you know, deceased right there in the parking lot. I was standing right there, you know, and it's just not the type of thing that, you know, you get your phone out, you know, so that you can, you know, put it on social media or whatever. But, you know, so many people these days, they're looking for likes and, you know, want to get attention and want to have views and all of these different things. And, you know, they're going to do it at other people's expense. And, you know, and I know Regina, she understands these things, you know, and you know, to fall victim of it here, you know, you just don't like for that to happen. But you know, I just want to touch on some other things pertaining to it. But you know, I'll let you
We're
go
gonna get
ahead.
into that in a minute, Ken. I want to get into that too. But like I said, I want to put this video in perspective to people. It was a rough week, a rough weekend in Regina's life. I don't know how many of y'all had rough weekends or rough weeks or rough days. You know what I mean? I don't know what you do when the shit get rough. Now, some people, and I'm glad the Lord has delivered me from, you know, but I used to have bad days. Cameron, I used to make another bitch day bad. You know, I'll make your day bad too, goddamn. I'm still kind of like that right now, but not in a physical way. Like I'll make your day bad. I might come on here and go live and talk about someone make their day bad too, you know. Or
Yeah.
so another worker on the job, I take it out on them. I might be bad at her, and I get to the job, but I start yelling at my workers. They ain't did shit. I'm just pissed off. You know what I mean? So, you know, sometimes, you know, when you're going through even worse things, that's just like little bitty shit. But if I'm going through something real deep and real troubling, I may act a certain way. I may strike out. Verbally, emotionally, physically. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I got the physical shit under control. But you know, back when I didn't know how to act out, I would act physically, especially when I get a little bit of this in me. Cameron, you know, I got you know, shit. I ain't finna be the only motherfucker here, man. That's what I would tell myself. God damn it, I'm upset. Somebody else would be upset. They could be fucking with me. You know what I mean? So, you know,
Well,
go ahead.
you know, let me give you a little backdrop. Um, you know, I've known Regina kind of just in passing. You know, when she was commissioner, you know, I know the commissioner, uh, you know, from meetings and different events. And, you know, we would speak. Actually, one of the things that, you know, Regina always says about how we first met was, you know, I had a tax office over on Goldwyn, and they had a community meeting about violence in the community, and community leaders was there with the commissioner, and I got up and spoke. They was in conjunction with the sheriff department, and I got up and spoke, and I think that Regina took it as though I was criticizing, you know, her uh, putting together the meeting, you know, based on what I said. But I was just basically letting the, you know, the Orange County Sheriff Department know, you know, basically, you know, they were telling the community to, you know, tell on individuals in the community and stuff like that. And I got up and said in front of everybody, you know, man, y'all been using that same tactic, you know, want the community to tell on each other. That doesn't change anything. You know what the real problem is out here is economics out here. You know, and these kids gonna continue to do things if they poor and don't have access to resources. And so, you know, until the white folks on the other side, the big builders with all the money, you know, start sharing the opportunity with these kids over here on the west side, they're gonna continue to take, kill, steal, and do whatever they can do. You know that. And if you white folks was poor, y'all would be doing the same. Yeah, y'all rich and y'all still killing, stealing, and doing everything. So, you know, I think they were kind of surprised, and Regina was surprised that I was getting up to there saying that. And she thought that I was, you know, saying something about her position, which I wasn't. So, you know, that's how we initially kind of came together, and that was years ago. And so, you know, after she got suspended from her seat, and I ran for, you know, the position against Shan Rose, eventually, you know, Regina and I started talking more. And then when, you know, it was time for the election again, Regina was going to run. Who was that?
Yeah, I wanted to bring her in. Right? I didn't want to leave her in the back too long, and clock out. I was going to let you finish. But let me give you a round of applause. God damn it! I need to get you a round of applause. I see you on your campaign. We got Salonica coming in.
Yeah.
Salonica, before you start, let me read this comment here because I got somebody here. So they calling you out. Salonica Melton, that's who we're looking at here, y'all. If you don't know, now you know. She's the advocate District 5, and we'll get in that in a minute. They most definitely do and try to post ish for likes. People quick to judge and don't know what the people really going through. Now, Susie Q. Carruthers responded to you. Salonica Melton, we grow up, we do better. I remember you accusing her of the same stuff. These people saying, but any event, at the time, nobody could change your opinion, correct you, filed a formal complaint against her, correct, because of the same kind of accusations. But I mean, this is not the first time or last time. She just needs to stop doing that in public. This is not an argument. It's just simply a reason why things happen. When you did your stuff against her, you were sharing your beliefs also. You've always said some things about her, even when I said what I said. You stand on your business, on business. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to read it at distance now. I'm not at my normal distance from my computer, so pardon me as I sound a little illiterate. Salonica, what do you have to say to Susie first, and then you can go into your other thoughts on this situation.
Susie, correct. I did. Me and Regina did go through our own situation, and yes, I did file a complaint against her. That was over like 10, 12 years ago.
Wow.
And yeah, but
Susie, that shit old, but not much you continue.
yeah, it's old. I mean, and when you come to realize,
Oh, I'm sorry.
stop.
She said this was for Cameron. My bad.
What
I
was
don't know.
well,
Well, I guess
let us
yeah,
finish.
Salonica, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, because I did file a complaint too, so I thought she was talking about
She
me.
was talking to you. I guess she put it up, but go ahead.
About you, I
Oh,
know you that you had, formally kind of disagreed with Regina about something, and that's fine. Go
yeah,
ahead.
we grown. We have our disagreements, and we don't have to agree to disagree. But I mean, I done moved past that, and did
Get
some
around the applause
studying
for that.
on my own. So it's like it's a bigger picture. It's a lot of
Yes.
us as Black women, Black people in general. Like we always trying to bash each other and put each other down when it's a bigger picture in place. The lady, she done did a lot for the district. I mean, the district look way better since she came in office than
More
rather
than
than all the
any.
other
More than any.
commissioners that was in there, all of them put together. So
Yeah.
I mean, Susie, right? I can't stop people from bashing, but I mean, even though me and Regina did have our thing going on or whatever, I stand beside her now. So that's why I make my posts. I'm gonna say what I want to say, just like everybody else gonna say what they want to say, because everybody entitled to feel how they want to feel. But I mean, as a woman, as a Black person, people in general, people judging this lady like nobody don't go through nothing. We all go through things. We all go through things. Like she just got posted, and the security man, he pushed her on the ground. That's how she got on the ground. Period. Point blank.
Oh, yeah.
Because we be in there together. That's how she got on the ground. So people, it's a bigger picture. I don't have to get into what happened and all that. But people be on the outside trying to look in. All they see, oh, it's Regina. She ain't gonna have a feel with this. Like it's bigger than that. That lady done moved on from that. That lady battling other issues in her life.
Mm-hmm.
Other issues in her life. Look how the police report. She concerned about her bond being revoked. It's a bigger picture than the damn seat. Because when she was in the seat, she did the damn thing, and everybody know that. And can't nobody take that away from her. Period.
Yeah.
I can't even take it away from her.
And it's ironic, y'all. And I'm Cameron. Let you be here. Here you go. You talk about you having a problem with Regina 10 years ago. Cameron, I'm assuming they're talking about you having a problem with Regina, right?
Yeah.
And I've had my problems with Regina as well, even more recently. But as Salonica has stated, when you grown and you can do your research and you can think, and you know, and you're not a one-track minded setting it anyways person, you can say, you know what, I was wrong about this person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
God damn it,
That's
because
it.
I started digging for things to break against Regina. You know what I mean? You know, y'all know how I do. God damn it, piss me off, bitch. I'm finna let me get in here. Let me do some research on you. I got some time, but with my time, I had to be honest with my research. Like, damn. How can I make this good thing bad? And I found myself doing that too many times. I said, you know what? God damn it, I'm gonna reverse my. You all right with me? Fuck. I tried to come up with so much bad stuff that I found so much good stuff that I just couldn't say, man, what the fuck? I gotta be real.
David, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I've been around a lot of people in my time, and the time when I walked with Regina, and I'm just the type of person, she's been a public figure, a city commissioner, so I don't know all the ins and outs of everything that she's done in her job capacity for 13 years. So when I'm around her, and something comes up, I question her, hey, well, how is this supposed to be done? Or what's the norm with this particular thing? I've never heard this lady answer one time that gave me an indication that there's a character flaw in her job capacity. Not one time. Not one time. And I can't say that for too many people. I mean, I've been around people, sometimes for months, sometimes for years, and you're always gonna pick up something if you ask them a question and the way that they answer the question, you're gonna say, yeah, I don't kind of agree with that doesn't seem right. Regina always answered the question, even if I didn't totally agree with it at first because I didn't know much about it. Like I might ask her questions. Well, Regina, I used to go out to Lake Launa-Dune before they renovated the park. Yeah. I mean, I'll go out there and have a drink with the people, and yeah, they might be out there cooking and selling alcohol and smoking a little weed and this, that, and other. But why, why run them off, and why not have a place for them? And Regina would give me an answer. And I say, you know what? That do make sense. I have to agree with you. I mean, there's a bigger picture. The city has a bigger picture, and the residents, the ones that don't partake in those activities, there's just a bigger picture. And, she has to make that type of decision. And even when she would say what she had to say, she would say, well, I still care about those people. I still want to do things for those people and have things for them, but they're gonna have to do it this particular way because we're advancing as a community. It's not 1989 when everybody used to hang out at Lake Launa-Dune and shootings over here and this, that, and those type of things. You have major events happening across the street, multi-million-dollar events. And
I see you, by the way.
yeah, so every, just any little thing that I would always ask, that I would think, if I asked about juveniles and this happening, she would give me the answer. Well, this is how I see that. And this is, the decision that I made upon, on that particular thing. I think that it benefits the community and this, that, and other. And when she would explain it, I would say, damn, yeah, that's right. That's probably was the right thing to do. So, but man, I guarantee you, number one, you guys, the Peanut Gallery, y'all not gonna be able to ask your commissioner now and question on anything. And when you do question on it,
this can't even question the shit.
Yeah, she's not gonna respond to you, and she's not doing it for your benefit. She's doing it for other. It's a small little group. It's not the big whole community. It's a small little group of whites and just a very, very small group of blacks that are gonna benefit, for the decisions that she's gonna make in that district. I can guarantee you that.
Oh, okay. We're joined by Susie Q, Salonica. Maybe y'all can she has some questions for I think both of you guys. But real quick, I got Goldie Brown got a question for you, Salonica. She says, what happened to Theo Johnson? Is he still around? I have no idea what she's talking about.
Yes, he is still around.
Well, who is still judging? She has that to Salonica.
That's yeah, but we both know who he's talking about. But that's her old running buddy that turned into an enemy, I guess, at one point. But yeah, he's still around.
Okay.
I think they was in love at one point or
Well, shit.
something.
Then that Salonica answer that shit. Goddamn, Susan. You ain't got all the goddamn answers. Shit.
No, because
Salonica,
if you knew about Theo Johnson, you
hold
would be
on. I
rolling right
don't.
now.
But she asked Salonica. She didn't say Susie.
Susie just told her he's still around.
Okay. Don't let her bully you,
And he be
Salonica.
commenting.
They say Goldie says Shan is definitely a gopher. Antron Sanders says Late Lana Doom looks beautiful now. All right, Susie, we got you on.
It sure
Go ahead.
does. It does look good. I just was saying that because Cameron, I think he thought I said that had a problem with. He's never had a problem with Regina, even when me and him have sat down on different occasions and talked before he ran. He's never had a problem with her. Even when I say what I have to say, we disagree to agree, and it's just plain and simple. And the only reason why I brought the situation up with Salonica is because it was just an example, not for it is old, but it's a domino effect. So when you did that, that went viral. It was on the news. It was everywhere. But that's what things happen. I don't know who recorded that video or how it got on social media or what. Maybe her friend, because to me it looked like she's friends with those people up there, wherever
Well,
that
I
was.
think it's a close community of people that hang out there, as she stated. I think everyone there kind of gets along. You know how when you hang in that same situation. Last week, y'all was arguing over the football game or the pool game, but y'all meet back a couple weeks later. Y'all all hang out at the same. It's a For those who don't know, well, I guess most motherfuckers know. AMVETS is a community of veterans. So most people who attend there are veterans. They have something in common that they stood and served the country proudly. So they just, so they probably like, damn, they probably apologize to each other right now. Like, you know what? I didn't mean for that to happen. Like she said, the gentleman who pushed her down probably saying, girl, man, you go way back and blah, blah, blah. You had me hot like I had
Well,
you
they
hot.
say she slapped them. So
Hey, you ain't never
I don't
slapped
know.
nobody?
I ain't see her do nothing to nobody. I just seen her on the floor.
You ain't never slapped one of your friends, Susie?
No.
I have.
If
Goddamn.
I need to slap my friends, I don't need to be around them.
No, you can still be cool. Nigga might need to get slapped. Go ahead, Cameron.
Let me say something, that I know. Regina, she is a veteran. She likes to patronize things that are in her district, for the most part. And she is a veteran. And so, she likes to patronize those things. She's a part of that community, that those AMVEXs and American Legions and stuff like that. And, she has voiced to me in the past that, I don't think the public understands. In that election, Regina died the death, what I call, of 1,000 slices, 1,000 cuts. The media has beat her up so bad. There isn't another person in Orlando.
For 2 years.
Yeah,
2.5 years.
Person in Orlando. And now, imagine this. If she beats her criminal case, or when she beats her criminal case, or if her criminal case gets dropped, where are we at then? Y'all persecuted this lady for 2 years, to where, and I'm just really gonna speak to us black folk. I ain't gonna talk about the white folk because I don't know much about their business. But
that's what they supposed to do.
We've taken that and we demonized her and crucified her. And so anytime she goes, just imagine you were able to go out a couple of years ago and everybody, in which most people still do that to Regina, hey, Miss Commissioner, sure, Miss Commissioner, come on in, Miss Commissioner, have a seat. Regina don't take advantage of the stuff. She just respected in the community. The people know she was the people's champ. Now she goes somewhere and you get a dude at the door. Oh man, she a goddamn elderly thief. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, hey,
So much.
American Legion. I've been to the American Legion with Regina one night. during the campaign, and the man did treat her a certain way at the door, like he didn't know who she was. And the man, and Regina's like, man, this man know damn well, like she didn't have an idea or something like that, And hey, man, when I used to be doing my thing, I used to go to any club and don't need no damn idea or nothing. Don't have to wear the dress attire. Everybody,
to this day,
so she's accustomed to that. She's accustomed to that. And for somebody to, treat her like beneath or something just because of what they're hearing in the media, man, she's a woman. Right. She's accomplished the things she's accomplished. And so, and she's not trying to openly disrespect people or look down on people. You would think a lot of times somebody that was in that position, they're going to look down on you. But Regina, man, you walk with Regina, every person in the street, they're going to come hug her where she getting breakfast at, where she putting gas in her car at. They're going to come speak to her. Hey, we voting for you. We pulling for you. For real, I don't know how Shan won this election because I was out there the whole time, and I guarantee you in 6 months, I only heard one person say they were voting for Shan.
So I know how she won it, but I got Goldie Brown here. Okay, Susie, she said you got her blocked. Unblock me, girl. I don't know why you got her blocked. We can go there.
Who is she?
Goldie Brown said you got her blocked. Susie got me blocked. Unblock me, girl.
I don't know who she is. Maybe
unblock her. She said she don't even know you, nigga.
I'm not gonna unblock you. If I block you from my page, it's because I caught you watching me, or I felt like it was a stalker situation. But I don't know who you are. I promise you, I would have to see your face.
All right. So this is a question I want to address. How is there even a case when the elderly person has dementia? Go there. Are you asking?
But they didn't prove that lady had dementia because they said that she didn't. So that's a confusing thing too.
Yeah, okay, she definitely didn't have dementia at the time that they said these crimes occurred. Which was a that's just almost 3 to 4 years ago. It took them time.
Or should I say there's no medical?
Well, there was a medical examination that proved that she was competent and was in good standing when this thing started. I don't know where, as she approaches 100 years old, of course her mental capacity will diminish. Hopefully it stays strong, but inevitably, Father Time gets to all of us.
My thing, we should be concerned about the end result. Where's Miss Curtis at now? Does she own any of her property anymore?
Actually, Cameron, just for the record, Miss Curtis doesn't own anything anymore. It was all sold by the state, not by Regina Hill, but it was actually fixed up by Regina Hill, but it was able to sell for more money. If you guys start reading the headlines and want to read the court documents, and maybe I'll bring them out here, Cameron, when we do our next show, following up on the court case, and you can see that these homes were fully renovated.
Can you elaborate on that? Why did the state sell her property?
Well, I tell you what,
that's a good question. That's a good question, Susan.
Yeah, it is a good question, but what else are they going to do with it?
She's not able. She wasn't able.
She has no family.
She had no family.
And so when she granted Regina permission legally, according to the court documents, then in the event of her demise, I didn't even know if I would speak out of turn and say this, but I'm gonna think, and I don't know this for sure. Let's say that property would then go to Regina, or maybe the church, either one of the two. I think it could have went there. Now, when the state has it, the property would go to who? Anybody for 500? The state. The money go to the state. So that, or whoever they deem fit. Right now, it might go to some of the lawyers or the what they call people who look over it, overseer, whatever.
That is insane.
They get paid as well. So everyone is, somebody property. Money ain't going nowhere. I tell you that. They ain't burn that motherfucker.
So where's she living at now? Is she like in
a facility?
Yeah, in a facility.
Wow.
So she went from living in her own home, what she wanted to do. She let everyone know that that's where she wanted to live out the rest of her remaining years. And now she's in the facility. And
Regina was making that happen.
And if you go to the clerk of the court right now and put in those properties, you'll see they're no longer in her name. But yet and still, what we get is Regina's trial for the elderly, but you don't get the exact facts of what's going on. You know what I mean? So
That is insane.
government interference, government bullshit, government running this film flam on niggas is something they've been doing forever. You know what I mean? So they've been doing this since hell.
In the time.
Yep. You go back to the
That is
Black
crazy.
Panthers. You go back
That's
to
very,
Malcolm
very
X,
crazy.
Martin Luther King.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. If
exactly, Nikki. The state came up, not Regina. Go ahead.
If the viewers had information like that, not just listening to what other people just talking about that don't know, and all the people trying to confuse you. There's a lot of people that are paid to confuse you. People like Sandra Lewis. She's being paid. And let me get on something about Sandra Lewis. I was looking at the other night, and there's some things I can't understand. I can't understand why a lady is getting all of this money. She has to be a front because she's getting $40,000, $60,000.
What do she do? What is her title?
Oh, well, here, I'm gonna tell you.
She run a beauty school.
One time, go ahead.
This lady, she's been evicted. She's been evicted like 10 times that I found. And every time she gets evicted, she's only living in 1,000-foot square building, and a rent no more than $600 or $700 a month. And I'm wondering, how in the hell are you getting evicted from these places? And I'm talking about, I just saw one place where she ain't paid the people in 2 years.
Cameron, you play too much. She must be renting them places for people. What, she is a caregiver?
No, she ain't no caregiver.
A non-payer, according to them goddamn clerk of court.
Man, this lady been involved in ballot harvesting, since the early 90s. She's been doing.
When you Google her name, you come up with ballot harvester.
Yeah, she's a professional. She's a professional ballot harvester.
With links and ties to the District 5 community. So if you want some ballot harvesting done in District 5, there's no other person better to go to who reportedly, according to government accusations, who knows the field better than one Sandra Lewis.
Yeah, she's the most experienced veteran in the Black community. She learned it from a guy named Izzy Thomas, and who got arrested and indicted in Buddy Dye's case back in 2004, 2005, somewhere back in there. And she was doing
Don't you bring Buddy Dye up in this?
But listen, they all, hey, they know what's going on. Did you see what Trump did today or yesterday, didn't you? You see what he did in Georgia, right? Okay, well, there's the reason why they're going up in there and going to get them ballots. There's a reason why they're going to get them, because they know it's some cheating that done went on. And so same thing Regina trying to tell you, same thing, same thing Sandra Lewis, that's her MO. That's what she is. She'll cheat. And the thing about it, I personally wouldn't be mad if you cheating the white man for the Black people. But no, man, you cheating so the crackers could get over.
Yeah, and it's also, Cameron, it's setting precedent to this type of behavior happening specifically in District 5, where you can offer favor and skate around the rules of law, because the precedent has been set with this case that, hey, it's okay if I run for office and I say, hey, I ain't telling y'all to vote for me, but I do got $1,500 over here for the first 100 people to show up. You know what I mean? Now, some of you may take my $1,500 and say, fuck them. But some of y'all take the $1,500 and say, shit, bitch, that nigga pockets deep. I want him in power, because who knows what he going to do when he get the money. He going to keep, you know what I mean? And hell, I'm kind of up in arms about who I want to vote for. Fuck it. Nigga give me $50. I'm going to go down here and vote for him. I was straddling the fence. I'm going to jump the other way now. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, like I said, they ruled it in a manner where they never said that she didn't do it. We're going to get in that, Cameron, on when we break down the decision rendered by the judge. It never said that she didn't do it. The judge didn't say she didn't do it. She never said she didn't do it. It was
Confirmed.
very, it was very much
So they just threw it out before it could
a lot of
even really be
technicality shit,
heard.
a lot of technical shit. Now,
Yes.
I want to hear the judge say and them say, "Bitch, I didn't do that." No, it was all this technical and legal jargon. But technically, if you da 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 da, and the fact that blah 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 blah, nigga, yes or no? I don't need to know all the technicalities. Yes or no? You know what I mean? Did you do it though? You know what I mean? Can't answer that to this day. But did you do this? Did you make the fake website? Did you take the website down once the allegations came out? Where's the website? Where's the perfectly legal website
Yeah.
that promised a bribe for your vote? Why is it down? You know what I'm saying? Why did you take it down on the same day when the accusations came out at
When we exposed it, they took everything down.
yeah.
You know, it already taken the screenshot.
You don't take legal shit down, Susie, right?
Taking it down for if it was
No.
nothing wrong with it.
Because leaving it up will prove to you that this.
Right.
Susie accused me, boy, if you go to the big website right now, you'll see him with a fucking penis sticking out the top of his head. I ain't gonna take the website down. I'm gonna say, well, this is check Susie up. I want all y'all to go there and look for the penis in my head. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna take it down. You know what I mean? Because that would be, I'm trying to hide something. When they had the fake page over there saying I was missing my teeth at the bottom. You know what I mean? I said, well, y'all go look at the video. I don't really care if you think my teeth missing.
Right.
One day they will be missing. But if you want to look, and you know, they freeze frame a picture where it appears in the picture that I got a tooth missing. You know what I'm saying? But if you watch the whole video, you can see they just grabbed the clip to where, look like it's tooth missing. But I just watched the whole video. There was no tooth missing. So I didn't say, everybody take the videos down. You know what I mean? That would show some signs of guilt, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, go look at the video.
What does a tooth being missing have to do with your body or work? That's what
When the nigga ain't got, when they ain't got
he didn't have nothing else to talk about, so he had to find something to try to make a. He wanted to make a joke because he thinks
I've been a snitch.
Chester
I've been
thinks
gay.
he's a joker.
I've been toothless. With no proof. So, you know, that just give you an example there. You know, when somebody make allegations on you, the truth don't need a technicality by the judge. You know, truth don't need a lot of fancy lawyering. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it comes down to when you're telling the truth. Now, when you're not telling the truth, a lawyer, you know what I'm saying? Combine a couple of lawyers and a good judge, boy, they'll make this truth. Y'all see what Trump doing right now over there. They make the truth whatever they want to. Well, he shouldn't have had a gun. Or she tried to kill the goddamn officer. They all, you know, they'll make the truth what they want to when they want to. And then we as consumers of those news and allegations, we pick and choose what we want to believe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna believe that about them, but I ain't gonna believe about them. You feel me? So
I only want to go by paperwork.
mm-hmm.
If the paperwork don't say it, prove it, confirm it, it is what it is. Just like with the allegations with Regina when the news first came out and they were saying, she went and got her teeth done. She went and got a facelift. She went and bought 100 bottles of perfume. She did this, she did that. I wanted to see the paperwork that proves it. Then there was paperwork, but there was not a lot of evidence in reference to all of those things. It was just, it's a lot of loops in that case, but I mean, it is what it is. Did it happen?
And they draw on the sympathy. I've seen a guy, especially and not to bring up Snitch 9, the Snitch guy 9, in his case where he got the young kid the 30 years, and like I said, I don't like to harp on it because a child got shot in the head doing this crime they committed together. They never really was able to show the evidence, like you said. You know what I mean? They pulled on the heartstrings of, man, somebody has to pay for this 15-year-old girl being fucked up. You know what I mean? So now they drawn on the heartstrings of the public and of the jurors of but she owed. They're not sticking to the facts. You know what I mean? They keep bringing up elderly. You know what I mean? They keep bringing up using words like abuse, but they're not stating the factual things of the case. You know what I mean? Like when Snitch 9 did that against Mr. Mobley. I call him Fly. Anyway, when he did that shit against Fly, they
I
didn't
still
stick.
can't believe he was associated with that. That is crazy.
Who?
I still can't believe he was associated with that.
Oh yeah, he was a star witness. He's the only witness. Without him, there's no case.
Yeah.
That they only had one. You know how sometimes you go to trial and say the bullet angle came from this way. We retrieved the gun. Da, da, da. They had one thing that linked him to the case, and that was Chester Joseph, aka Nine Solid Kendall, was the only person that could link up to that. If he'd have came and said, "Bro, I really ain't see nothing," he'd have went free. I'm not saying that he should have went free. You know what I mean? But maybe because it was a shootout together, I'm gonna cover that on another thing. I got his testimony. So I got his whole when he took the stand. Oh yeah, I got word for word what he was saying, tripping up line. Oh yeah, did I say that? You know, because he said one. You know, when
He said he didn't have anything to do with that. He just told the part about what happened to him, and then
man,
they
that
just
man
put
took
two
the
and two
stand,
together.
and you know, they called to the stand twice. You know what I mean? He took the stand twice. You know what I mean? So without him, that was the only evidence. There was no other evidence. There was no other witnesses. There was no forensic. The police didn't see nothing. No nothing. It was when they somehow caught up with him, for whatever reason, he said, "Hey, he did it." They know nothing about it. Hey, I can tell you who did it. He did it.
Probably just wanted Jit locked up.
Yeah, because they took that sack back from him. Anyway, I'll get in that later on another show. How
why he a snitch and he let niggas take a sack?
Well, he tried. You got this. I'm gonna break this for a second, y'all. This is a 40-something-year-old guy dealing with some 18-year-old kids, right? And from what I know, I'm gonna talk saying for what I heard. From what I know, they did a robbery together. You know how you've heard of older niggas putting the jits up on the lick. I'm gonna have my young boys go blah 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 blah. When it's time to break down the thing, they tried to shortchange the jits. Just said, "No, bro, I need more than that." No, jit, that's it. No, nigga, that's it. So what was characterized as a burglary really was a disagreement over a crime. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, these are facts that jury didn't have in front of them. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I don't know if the guy, he was Fly and his team was smart enough to bring this whole robbery thing and then maybe they didn't get in more trouble. It was really a disagreement over a robbery. It wasn't ever a home invasion or burglary. It was just niggas arguing over the sack, end up in the shootout. You know what I mean? Which he admittedly under oath of another witness, her witness was the aftermath, who testified that he told her at 2 a.m. in the morning, 2:36 a.m. in the morning, that he had just gotten in a shootout with him and he was shooting back and forth with them. You know what I'm saying? Then he called the attorney. Then he called the news of all people. And then the nigga called the police. This is all in court documents in that order. When he got home, he called the attorney.
Oh, it's so embarrassing. Carver Shore is down 1,000 points.
Yeah, he called, and, you know, and this is documented in the court. Like I say, I don't know the nigga. I wasn't there. That's what the court documents say. But anyway, just to segue back off of that, you know what I'm saying? Let's get back into, you know, I want to throw a nigga under the bus for a little second there.
But you know? I want to address Antoine Sanders' comment. He say it's way bigger plans set years ahead, larger than Regina, and Shan dropped some jewels for the people to protect themselves from the issues that are happening. What precautions can D5 take? I think whoever won will follow focus, should be spreading awareness and prevention. Tron, I don't really know what you're trying to ask there, but I can tell you this. I was just talking with Regina the other day, and she was bringing the fact up that, you know, the renovation has already started on the Citrus Bowl. And she was saying that Shan hasn't even reached out to the community to, you know, provide some type of employment assistance for the community to start taking part on that renovation, you know, to start hiring or training to hire and stuff like that. I think they're gonna spend $2 billion over there at that Citrus Bowl. And so, you know, the outreach, to let us get some of that money, and whether it's cleanup, whether it's construction, whether it's
Providing jobs for the community.
putting fences up, holding road signs, doing any goddamn thing, So there's 2 billion over there, and then there's 5 million over there on Central, and I called somebody today and asked, hey, you heard anything about that 5 million over there? Any black folks getting that money? The Catholic Church done started this little organization over there, and Shan done gave them the money. Is any of the black people over there? Let me tell you something about that. When I asked Regina about that, the thing that she said about that was, what she used to be requiring of them is to show how the money you're getting is, decreasing homelessness, not just giving people showers, not just giving them haircuts, and so that they're looking pretty on the street. Regina required them to show, what difference it was actually making, how you were really taking people out of homeless. Just think about this. Now, I did a little research on it. That 501c3, it's been over there since 1971. It was 5 churches put it together. The biggest one is St. Mary's or something, a Catholic church.
First Baptist Church involved in it?
Who?
First Baptist on John Young. Are they one of the churches?
They might be one of the churches, but they not the biggest one. I'm not sure if they involved in it or not. I know the biggest one is a Catholic church. I went and looked at their website. In their school is no black. They got one out of 50 employees in the school. Is only one black person, and he the maintenance man and the janitor. He the only one. I ain't lying. Just go look it up. I think it's St. Mary's or St. something cathedral right downtown. I looked at their religious staff. No blacks at all. I looked at the another staff they got up there. No blacks. Because I'm going to tell you the point I'm trying to make. Because they getting all the money. These people taking the money. Now ride over there on Central, 808 Central, and see who you're going to see out on the street. All blacks is what you see. And y'all been at this problem since 1971. You've been at this problem for 55 years. And y'all ain't came up with nothing? Y'all just finna build some indoor showers for the people to take? How long it's gonna take for them to stop being homeless? Another 50 years? Man,
they're never gonna solve that. They're never gonna completely solve the issue because
they're never trying to solve it. They solve it for themselves. All y'all got to do is y'all done built this big cathedral and this big school and this, that, and other. Build a big apartment complex for them.
Well, they getting ready to do that on Goldenrod.
Ain't no profit in Cameron, ain't no profit in helping people who ain't got no money.
And I've been saying this since the beginning, since they put that A school up over there with that badass fucking water and got all them children away from College Park and Fern Park and all that. I've been saying this from the initial start of this, even when they put that stadium there. They don't want us over there anyway. That's not gonna be our area in a little while because we as black people gonna allow them to take it. They already been taking it. They've been taking it for years. The thing with the homelessness and stuff like that and the jobs that Regina was creating, and it doesn't have anything to do with Regina because she did do it, but it's the people in the community that ruin it. Even with City of Orlando, they don't even work the classic no more because they just mess it up. They sleeping on the job. They stealing gas. And this is stuff that I know personally that people done been prosecuted and all at the City of Orlando. It's always something going on with the funding that is allocated, even with the PKZ. Before the boy DeMarcus Womack got there, it was Miss Tony. She was stealing funds. It's just always been people that we put in places, high places, they seem to mess it up some kind of way.
Well, Regina says she ain't never stole a dime. And me talking with, because I might think that too. You know, most politicians, they gonna line their pockets and they gonna do whatever. Regina said she's been criticized, critiqued, and watched so much that she's never stole a dime. She said they done audited her a million times. People accused her of doing whatever, but she's never been found that she ever stole a dime.
Cameron, I want to interject right there just to let y'all know how big that is. Me, don't never vote for me for shit because I'm gonna take that goddamn money. You know what I'm saying? That's why I respect anybody who don't do it. Me, goddamn it, I'm gonna get paid too. Shit, I know how this shit go. I'm thinking just the other thing. Well, what my goddamn cut? What my back though? But that's just me, y'all. Go ahead. I just want to let you know I ain't shit. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I feel like that's where the city of Orlando is with that, and with as far as like the funding and things. It's somebody got to be able to come in and bring that funding, and that the money is there. Like you said, it's printed and it's there, but they deem us untrustworthy. It's been proven time over and time again. We done gave jobs. It's a project that goes on all the time right now. I think it's on Central or Washington, and they hire for the city of Orlando and let them work for like 90 days and then hire them on. I think it's called Step Up.
Mhm.
They go in and they mess that up. It's past the money and the funding because people provide opportunities such as Regina. She provided a lot of opportunities, but people go mess it up. Look how they did the new little, what is that, cross the street from Griffin Park. Them people went over there and told them people shit up. You go over there now, trash everywhere, kids everywhere, children selling drugs. I don't even want to. I don't even want to drive my car up there. Trash on the elevators, dogs shitting on the elevators. Like, what are we fixing this shit up for? If y'all just gonna misuse it and mistreat it, that shit is crazy to me. We ain't never had no shit like that cross town growing up, and I grew up over there. Never. From the
Well,
dirt, walking to Howard Middle School, catching the freebie bus, all the opportunities that they've been given over there, they mess it up. Majority of them don't want nothing.
I will agree with you. The task is a very, it's a very great task, trying to lift people up out of poverty. One thing about poverty, and the first thing starts with, early education and whatnot. I believe one of the things, I grew up in Miami. I grew up in, I wasn't in the projects, but, I was just a step above that, and probably what District 5 is for the most part, and one thing that my mother tried to do was try to get me an education at a young age. And, when they had minority and majority transfers, when they were integrating schools in Miami in the 70s, she sent us to school, me and my sister, she sent us to school on Miami Beach to go to school with the Jews, so I did get that good foundation at that time. And I didn't really realize how much of a benefit it was to me until I got to prison. When I got to prison, I realized that a lot of the guys, the other inmates, that they didn't have the comprehension skills that I had, when it got
Most of them read on the third grade
a lot
level or below,
and stuff
or
like
can't read.
yeah. Well, they might be able to read, but really can't comprehend what they're reading, and that's a big thing. I used to hate those books in school. Getting the main idea, drawing conclusions, and stuff like that. But what I realized when I got, guys will read their paperwork and they like, oh yeah, it say, and I say, no, you got to look at the statute and they got to align with other case law, and the case law got to fit yours and this, that, and other, and they really couldn't comprehend it, and so I was like, wow, so I was grateful that I had the ability to do that, and I saw that, where that, when you ask them, well, where'd you go to school at? And they, oh, I went to Jackson, or I went to Edison, or I went to, this particular school. So those things are important. So just like you say, that school that they have across, yeah, I try to, my youngest daughter, she goes to a private school, Fortunately, and I try to tell people, sometimes people say, well, I can't afford to do that, but there's scholarships that you
That
can apply for that, you
yeah.
don't pay out of pocket and they'll pay.
Hey,
That that
they can afford to get their hair done. They can afford that shit.
that
Yeah,
school is
They can't
a
afford it and afford the bullshit with it. But go ahead.
yeah,
that
well,
school is a prison. I went there. If I stayed over there, if I was living in my grandma old house right now, I would take my child way. I take my child way to Seminole County. Even anyways, I don't even live in Seminole County. I get up and I drive my daughter to Seminole County, and I take my ass to
What
work.
schools go in Seminole County?
Huh?
What school?
My daughter go to Lake Oriental.
Hey, that's a great school. That school I went to. I knew it. You said Seminole County. Yeah, you must have heard me say that and say, damn, I'm gonna take it where David Stone
No,
went, goddamn.
all my kids are graduates of Seminole County. I got one Lake Mary and two Seminole, and when she get older, she'll probably be Lake Brantley. But
Mm,
yeah,
Seminole
well,
County, that's where it's at. You know,
you
hey y'all.
understand the importance of it. So, you're doing what you got to do. And so, but everybody's not as fortunate. Everybody can't do that, but I was
right.
just somebody today and they were saying, about homeschooling and getting the scholarships for that and the curriculums and mixing it up between homeschooling and getting social skills and, by going, to school a couple of days a week with the other kids, so there are a lot of options out there. We got to start utilizing them. Sometime when you get in some of these neighborhoods, the mothers, they're young, they didn't get that particular thing, so they don't know much about it. So, I think that, Regina was the type of person, that was bringing that stuff to the community. I hope the time while Shan's in there, she does that because, it's 2026, man, and we shouldn't be behind the ball on these things.
Hey Kevin, I didn't interrupt you, but I hear some sirens going on. I thought we got some breaking news coming down here. You know what I mean? Oh shit. All right. Now earlier we talked about what happened to Miss Curtis's property. I was a little silent because I was doing some live research. I research a little quick now, you know what I mean? I was on my phone. So I got everybody goddamn it, tap in. Let me get you niggas motherfucking attention. Niggas, can you hear me, niggas? Because I'm talking to niggas. All right, let's start here. We got property number one. As you can see here, it was sold for $207,000. Seller Curtis Annie Mae to Day Thomas and Thomas Day Jody Day, right? So Miss Curtis no longer owns that property. So you say, hey, somebody got $207,000 just sitting somewhere.
Yeah,
$207,000
is a cheap price to sell some property these days.
I'm gonna get in that in a second, Cam. Just follow me here.
That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at that price. I'm like, huh?
We got property number
Somebody
two.
got a deal. They done stole the lady
We
property.
got property number two. $175,000.
Wow.
I mean, so now we're looking at close to I can't add that quick.
382.
More money than you niggas will ever see at one time in your life. You know what I mean? There you go. You ain't gonna see this. You know what I mean? Now, let's go back to property number one. We got this property $207,000. I think I got that one. No, that's the wrong one. Right here. There it is on Zillow for
Oh, that's the house on
$207,000.
Mahalia Place.
Huh? Yeah. That's the home that she formerly owned.
What's the worth now? What's the worth?
Oh, Cam, I'm gonna get in there. It's gonna be this was gonna astound you right here.
Yeah, I
Lord
guarantee they made
Jesus.
100,000 on it.
Oh, Cam, I bet you're wrong.
Oh,
They
they made
that's
more
right
than that.
now. Like I put the wrong one up. Hold on, Cameron. Let me get this motherfucker here. They listed it for $424,000
Ooh.
a year later. More than double the price. Y'all see that right there?
Oh my God.
They listed it for $424,000, Cameron. When you said somebody got a deal, they got a
Damn.
steal.
They made a profit out of the
And they talk about Regina stole $100,000.
Yeah.
well,
So
they
with Regina out of the
balling
way,
at this point.
and the overseer gets to
Ooh.
choose who buys the property. Now, this is a quick research. I'm going to research and see if there's any link to the people who bought the property and the people who are in charge of overseeing the sale of the property.
I
Because
think
somebody
I
came
think
up.
they said that it had something to do with the agent in the case. It was one of
Yeah,
his friends or something like that.
yeah, but you know what?
Because
Cam, I like to get that black and white.
Yeah.
Minority
I know that.
Construction
That's why I say
LLC?
I think. I'm not sure,
Exactly.
but we'll
Susie, we're
find
gonna
out.
get into that. Susie, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into who exactly is the owner. I'm gonna do some investigation right here.
I'm talking about that other one too.
Yeah,
The
we're gonna get to that one
minority.
in a minute. We're gonna find out who was Thomas Day, who was Jody Day, and how did they, because hell, if I knew I could make $200,000 off the house, I'd have bid on it.
Yeah, you the boy.
Yeah. You know what I
I
mean?
was
You're gonna
just
see
about
that
to ask,
quite
Ray,
often.
you should have did that.
Yeah. You know, they more than doubled. And that's after the documented, recorded remodeling that Regina did. You know what I mean? So if they did any work to the house, it was little or less than what they would have to do because it's documented of the thousands of dollars that Regina put into those homes before they were snatched away from her prematurely, before maybe the Curtis family, if found, or the churches who she wanted those funds to go to, received that money, you know, and for receive those windfalls of $500,000 almost in that case, and this other case of this property here, you know what I mean? But
Let me expound on that too.
okay.
And that was something that came up. You know, I'm gonna just use general terms, but I think before Regina came into the picture, the church was supposed to get something from Miss Curtis. I don't know exactly
She
what
was
it
gonna
was.
leave. She was gonna leave all of her everything she had to the church.
Yeah.
But what happened? What happened was, you know, the condition that she was in, the church wasn't taking care of her and left her in a certain condition. So, you know, I don't think that people thought that it was appropriate to leave things to them when they weren't taking care of her. You know, I think that, I think Miss Curtis was looking for somebody to look after her, a benefactor, like, hey, look out for me, take care of my stuff. And when you get, when I pass, it can go to you. I don't have anybody else to leave it to. But they reneged on their end of the bargain because obviously Regina made a show or participated on a show where she cleaned the property up and you saw the condition of the house and stuff when Regina got involved in it. So that kind of led to the prosecution of Regina, that same incident, and just, us backbiting black folk, now we ready to go to the police and report things, report lies basically.
Now the second home you guys was sold for $175,000. Y'all do the math, get your calculators out. Minority Construction LLC, whoever that may be, is now the owner of the property in question. And someone got $175,000. Minority Construction now owns this property right here. And according to Zillow, at that time, that property is worth between $215,000, $252,000. The estimate is $233,000. But we go with the larger number because that's what I like to do because I'm going to be petty. We're looking at about a $75,000 discount on this property. You know what I mean? You know, about $75,000 discount, just meat on the bone that was sold. So if you're in real estate, you know the money is made on the purchase, not correct, on the sale. So when someone sells you a $250,000 home for $175,000, you essentially already have made the money. If you are a savvy investor and you got your credit together, you don't owe child support, your mama ain't fuck your name up with the cable bill back in the day, you know what I'm saying? You can refinance and get your money right back. But y'all got to hire a course to teach you that now. I can't tell you this niggas this shit for free. You know what I'm saying? But then you'll essentially get the house for free. Because if I had that type of deal, Cameron, hey, goddamn, money come out my pocket for a couple, for a little bit. It won't be more than 14 days. I get my money back. I ain't got to do shit to the house. You know what I mean? I'm going to give you the money and go get it right back. You know what I mean? So a great deal, a steal.
A real, that's what you call a real investment.
So it's safe to say that Miss Curtis's estate lost about $300,000 on those deals.
Easy.
Yeah.
And not only lost that, someone else gained that money. Someone else
Correct.
gained
Correct.
that equity.
Correct.
We know who gained the money. That was the state.
Yeah.
We now have to find out who benefited in the equity state, especially in the one home that had $225,000 worth of equity. Combine that with the $75,000 worth of equity. Cameron, you're right. You got good math. That's $300,000.
Yeah.
What school
300,000.
you went to again?
So,
I can do
so
math
did
real
they
good.
remove Regina's name off the one home before they sold
Yeah,
it?
that was the whole thing about the court thing. And we can tie up in this criminal act. We're asking the judge, hey, we got to take her name off because she fucked up and we cheat on the investigation. Oh, judge said, oh, fuck it, get her name off there. I trust y'all better than I trust her. Your Honor, you can trust me. I got a best interest. Get your ass in the old folks' home. We're going to sell this shit. We done. I'm going to call up my cousin. I'm going to call up my, hey,
They
bitch, I got an idea for you.
done robbed the lady too, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, so now
Oh,
she
hey,
ain't got shit right now. She got some money, and at 96 years old, what is she going to do with $400,000 in an old folks' home nursing home?
hold on. We ain't finished. She had money in the bank too.
Yes, she
had money in the bank.
She had 6 figures in the bank. Now,
she had 6 figures in the bank.
Yeah, I follow this. The minute she get the money and can say, hey, I appreciate y'all doing that for me. And we throw that in with the money she got in the bank. She's selling about $500,000. We talk about $500,000 worth of shit right here. After sold, we got $500,000. As soon as Miss Curtis gets $500,000 in the bank, Susie, guess what they say after that? What you think happened?
She incompetent.
God damn, Susie, what school you went to? You must be studying your kids' school books at Lake Oriana. Only somebody who went to Lake Oriana can know the answers to that. You're exactly right. God damn it.
No, Boone High School graduate here.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a round of applause for that. $100,000 in the bank account, then they say, unfortunately, she ain't in her right mind to spend this money. So
I thought they said she was in her right mind. This is confusing.
Oh, that's before they got the money. Now that I got $500,000, man, this old bitch crazy as shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. She crazy than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
This too much.
I would steward her money for her and take good care of it. You know what I'm saying? 96, 97, now they got damn. You know what I'm saying? They hitting the watch right now, bitch. Hurry up.
So is the state like her power of attorney now or something, or what?
No. She has a power of attorney, a lady that she don't even know. You know,
who gets paid for being her power of attorney out of that $500,000.
No, but
sound like they pimped her.
And let me tell you something else.
And us.
I'm just gonna generalize. I'm gonna generalize how it works because I kind of know a little bit about it with my mom and property and stuff like that. When they put you when you get into one of those living facilities, you got to give up all of your stuff, and especially if you want to qualify, so that they don't take it all, you got to get rid of all of it, a certain portion of it, and then you kind of go in there and you Medicaid. And Regina told me that she had, her husband was a veteran or something, so she was getting some type of money.
So she was getting money.
So, yeah. So she was getting income and whatnot, and so they stuck it. They probably, I don't know the exact thing, but they probably stuck her in there and separated all her money and property from her, so
that she could be there.
Correct.
Let me clear this up for y'all. Man, I'm the only dishonest guy on here. I'm gonna tell you how I would do it. Let me tell you how I took her goddamn money. Because I think like a criminal. You know what I mean? I can't help it. God damn it. That's why I want nobody to put me in no position of power. Goddamn, easily corrupted. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? My mind already fucked up.
we gonna make you run for commissioner in Sanford.
Don't do it. I will break the whole city. Never vote for me for nothing. I'm gonna take it. I'm saying it here first. You play this video back. I'm gonna say, bitch, I tried to tell y'all. You know what I mean? I tried. You know what I'm saying? But I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But this is how I go, Cameron. Now on that, we're gonna throw this in there. Now, I wanted all the money. She just going to any nursing home. She going to Cameron Hope nursing home. Hope. You know what I'm saying? He just decided to open one. I think I'm gonna give him a chance.
Yeah.
Why are you pretending to the most expensive nursing home in Orlando? Well, I heard they're the best. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And now, if she don't die, we're gonna bleed this thing out slow. See, I want it all. You know what I'm saying? God damn it.
So
Cameron,
is she at a state of the art
$1,000 a month. We're gonna pay you $3,500. Then we're gonna bust the rest down now. Come on now. I'm gonna send it to Susie place.
Is
Cameron,
she at a state of art facility, or is she over there at Guardian
They,
Angel right there around the
they,
corner from her house?
they don't know where she at.
they don't know
can't
where she
find
at.
out what they
They concerned for her well-being and safety. We ain't gonna tell you where she at. She all right. Just know that.
Oh.
The people that might care the most about her, Regina and whatnot, they won't disclose where she's at.
But if it was up to me, though, Susan, she in Cameron's back room right now. You know what I'm saying? Cameron get $3,500 a month. She back there in the back room. You know what I'm saying? With a microwave and number oatmeal and water.
We at 3456 Sycamore Place.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shit, we put her right back in the back room. Put that goddamn Prices Right on every day. And shit, goddamn, pay Susie little money to come wash up. See, everybody gonna eat off that $500,000. I'm having rigged. You know what I'm saying? You get the transportation. But bitch, we ain't let none of this money get up out of here. But that's just me.
I guarantee you, when you look into everything, they play by this same playbook. Listen, the white folks always strip all the wealth out of the black community. They always find a way to strip it all out. Whether by force, coercion. I was just talking with somebody the other day, and they was asking me about, like in my family owned a lot of property over, in Winter Garden and over there. And there's a story in our family where I think my great-grandfather or something like that owned a lot of property out there by Disney. And, when Disney was coming out there in the 60s, they say old white man took him out and got him drunk and told him, man, you can't do nothing with that swamp land. Go ahead and sell it to me. And, he was one of the ones that got duped and sold it to them, and you got Disney World out there today. But, whether the government is doing it, by what do you call that, David Stone, when the government take your property? It starts with an E. I can't think of what the name of it.
Talking about too, but I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, like if they want to build a house.
Picture that you're gonna be evict. They're gonna evict.
Yeah. Basically, they give you little or nothing for it, or they just take it from you outright. So they do that.
Eminent domain.
Yeah, eminent domain. That's correct. Eminent domain. So they playing out the same playbooks. Everything. The police will come in and take something. A lot of that stuff was done, over there by that arena, by the old arena, all of that property over there. This is what they do.
They was poor over there, and if you go back in the history, the same Arab people was the main ones owning everything over there. Yeah. So when you went to PND, when you went to Star Meats and your mama ain't had no money, and you telling my mama say, give me $5 worth of chicken wings until Friday or till she get her paper stamps or whatever, that was the thing back then. So they knew how poor it was over there. So them taking some or giving somebody $10,000 for a piece of property over there was nothing.
We
rich now.
A lot of houses over there.
Hey y'all, I'm gonna do a deeper dive into what happened to Miss Curtis's property. We're gonna bring that camera, we'll mix it in with our whole thing. We break down this court case. I'm gonna get some more facts, y'all. Who are all those people who bought it? What they doing with it? I might ask go by and drive, take some pictures, and knock on the door. Hey, get your motherfucking ass somebody to come on out here, bitch. I don't want to hear that shit. Who are you, bitch? Who are you?
You know them people ain't there no more.
I know they the house for sale. They trying to get 400 bands for it. But anyway, y'all, it got a little late. It got 10:30. I would have stayed longer, but guess what? That inbox ringing, baby. It's time for me to take I ain't gonna take a whole blue pill. I'm taking a half blue pill. It's time to take me the half one of them blue pills. Put some more drink in this cup, and I'll talk to y'all on Friday, Saturday. You know what I'm saying? When I recover from this, you know what I'm saying? I think I might have a live one on the reel. I might have the real one.
Well, you better just get ready to get that video ready for that decline.
Oh, yeah, goddamn. Hey,
order in the court.
Cameron, I got some shit in my inbox. Boy, y'all gonna call me petty after talking all this good, positive. Oh, goddamn, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm still petty. Yeah, by next night, I'm about to push it back. I got a petty moment I feel coming. Oh, I feel it coming. I feel like I'm Kevin, I got some shit in my inbox. And I'm gonna get out here on this. People inbox me stuff, y'all. I just like to remain I like to keep my sources anonymous, but when they send me credible things that may be interesting to the community, I'm obligated to share them with you guys. Y'all make sure y'all join to my next live. I'm gonna get real petty, but this we're gonna be this small. You know what I'm saying? Smoky mirrors, y'all. Hey, Cameron Hope, appreciate you coming on. Susie Q, appreciate you coming on. Everybody tune in. Appreciate y'all watching. Peace out.
All right.
Invite
Peace out.
Nola. Invite Nola. I got
Oh,
something
they
to tell
scared of me.
Nola.
We ain't gonna invite Eric. No, we ain't gonna invite him on here. All right, y'all. Peace.
All
All
right.
right. Later.
Yep.